Welcome to the Tech Sharmit podcast, where technology is not just news, but the roadmap to the future. This is a space where we explore the latest tech trends, AI, startups, gadgets, and the ideas that redefine the way we think. Leading this conversation is Amit Sharma, globally recognized as Tech Sharmit. A technologist from Bharat, Amit brings an Indian perspective to the global technology landscape. With deep technical expertise and strong industry insight, and for his contributions and impact within the global tech community, he has been recognized with several prestigious honors, including Google Developer Expert, Microsoft MVP, IBM Champion, and Planet Mainframe Influencer. Through this podcast, he shares practical knowledge, real-world perspectives, and globally relevant thinking designed to help you stay ahead in an ever-evolving technology landscape. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to the Tech Sharmit channel to stay updated with future episodes. And if you're looking to level up your skills, don't forget to explore the Tech Sharmit digital course book in the description box, where you'll find thousands of free programming courses curated to help you grow as a developer. So plug in your headphones and join us as we begin today's episode of the Tech Sharmit podcast.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Tech Sharmit podcast. Today I'm joined by another very special guest, Venkata Subbarao Polisetty, who is joining us from Bharat itself. If I talk about Venkata, then he is a 4-time Microsoft MVP, a 5-time Microsoft certified trainer, and currently he is serving as a delivery manager at Canarica. In today's episode, we will talk about CRM modernization, Power Platform governance, AI driven transformation, and what it really takes to execute large scale enterprise solution. But before we get started, I would like to thank Venkata for joining us today in this episode. And now I request you to please initiate the discussion by telling us a bit about yourself.
Hi everyone. So as you have just introduced myself, as you have just introduced Amit, yeah. So apart from that, I will just do some kind of community work, and also I what I like to speak at the conferences, and I like to read more books, and I like to learn from the others. That's what I used to see it.
Yeah, I think this is the same thing. Like those who know you or who are into your network, they often recognize you as a person who are openly sharing their knowledge through conferences and other community activities. So you are very well versed in that thing. So today, I think those who already know about these accolades and your achievements, we will talk about the core expertise that you hold when you are working for some of the Microsoft ecosystem tools. So let's dig into that discussion one by one. So before we start talking about other core expertise areas, I just wanted to know a bit more about the Microsoft Dynamics CRM modernization, because this is one of your core expertise, right? So Venkata, like
Correct.
when you are stepping into a Microsoft Dynamics CRM modernization for a Fortune 500 client, what does your first 30 days on the ground actually look like? Because let's say if any particular person or organization is implementing the same, what should be the exact perfect plan for the initial 30 days?
So it is very much quite interesting, and I would say that first 30 days is very much important. So first is first 30 days are never about technology implementation. That's what I would say. They are
Okay.
about business discovery, trust building, and architecture clarity. Okay. So when I step into the any Dynamics 365 modernization on business applications Power Platform initiative, I focus on three parallel streams. The first is understanding the executive intent. That means, okay, what is the company is expecting? Is it revenue acceleration or service optimization or customer 360 or operational visibility? So on this, from the executive intent of the customer, the company, I would see it, because if the executive outcome is unclear, then the technical roadmap will be become a future driver instead of the value driven. Okay.
Correct.
So that's where that is very much important. And the second one is understanding the process reality. So this means meeting with the business stakeholders, the process owners, and delivery teams to uncover few of the things like the what are the current process pain points, shadow systems, and manual dependencies, reporting gaps, and adoptions blockers. Because most of the enterprises, they already have the systems. What they lack is the alignment between the systems and the business goals. So
Mhm.
as you say mentioned, the Fortune companies, Fortune companies, they are big in enterprise level. Okay, so each and every team have their own goals and the priorities. So we call it as an agile train of train implementation. Okay,
Correct.
that's why this alignment between systems and business goals is prized and important. And the third one is assessing the platform maturity. So what I review is, okay, what they are using. If they come up with the dynamics on the business applications, I'll say that what is the dynamics customization footprint that they are having, and what kind of integration patterns that they are using, and the security model they are using, and the kind of reporting architecture, and the data quality posture, and also the ALM readiness.
Yeah.
So because modernization without the platform maturity assessment is very much risky. Okay. That's
Correct.
why. So by the end of the first 30 days, in a nutshell, my goal is to provide to the leadership the current state assessment and the target operating model, and prioritize the transformation roadmap and a business value aligned architecture version. So
Correct.
this is what I would say. Because of this, it becomes a strategic transformation, not just like another CRM upgrade. That's what I would say it.
Correct. Yeah, I'm also agree. Like instead of directly implementing the solution or directly starting with the technical things, it's better to understand the requirement from client perspective, from the team perspective as well. Because after all, there is a team who is going to operate on all those roadmap plan, right? So if we are dealing all these things earlier, maybe we might come up with some alternative solutions or the best solution to implement the same thing. So I think this is the best thing you just shared. And but what do you think, Venkata? Like after, like especially in the era of AI, did you think any of those phases change for the initial 30 days? Have you ever introduced anything new from AI perspective for the analysis or requirement gathering process?
Yes. So because of this era, the customer comes up and says that, okay, I wanted to do it in parallelly.
Okay.
So so then what is saying, by using this particular Copilot, AI prompting, prompt
Yeah.
engineering, and all. So the behavioral and also the template based kind of development can be taken. So with this particular thing, right, the documentation where like with the Figma related UI screens can also be done. That's how we are keep on encouraging it. This is the rapid change that you see it, which is very much different from the others, the
Earlier process.
traditional one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It means, yes, this is true, especially those who are watching and those who are interested into AI thing. So I think this is now optional thing. It's a mandatory for all of us. Doesn't matter if you are from the technical background or non-technical background. After all, you have to adopt it because there is a one saying that it's not the AI that will take your job. It's the person who has the capabilities of AI, who knows how to use AI. They will take your job. So it's better to adopt the things in a timely manner so that we can come up with the better opportunities for ourselves. So that's a great thing.
Sure.
Okay, so moving ahead, we will talk about C-suite vision because while doing some research on your profile, I found one very interesting quote there that C-suite vision with technical execution. So, from your perspective, what's the most common gap you see between what executives think digital transformation means versus what it actually requires in the reality ground? So, what are the parallels between them?
Yeah, the biggest overlap that I saw was the executives often think the digital transformation is a
Hmm.
platform implementation,
Yes,
while in reality, it is an operating model transformation enabled by technology.
correct.
Okay, so the leadership may say we are implementing business application Dynamics 365 Power Platform and AI, but the technology alone does not transform anything. Correct.
Hmm.
So the transformation actually requires the process design, data governance, ownership alignment, and the change management, also the KPI accountability and adoption strategy. Okay.
Yes.
So without these, even world-class Microsoft platforms become expensive replacements for legacy systems. The
Hmm.
real success factor is not this deploying the technology, but aligning the business capability with the technology execution. That is
Correct.
where the transformation becomes real.
Right.
So that's where I see it.
Okay. Fine. Okay, so you just mentioned about the one term that is Power Platform. And somewhere we all know that Power Platform has evolved dramatically from the last couple of years, from citizen dev tooling to enterprise grade level architecture. So if we talk about the ceiling, where do you see its ceiling and how do you govern it into a inside a large organization without killing the creativity? Because creativity is something that we need, right? So without compromising the creativity parameters or metrics, how do you govern it into a large organization that are dealing with the Power Platform?
Okay. So this is actually a conception from most of the organizations. Like just
Mhm.
they think that Power Platform, okay, you can simply create one particular Canvas app or model driven app and then simply use it.
Yeah,
But to perform some other enterprise related things, they end up doing with some other ones. But actually, those are all things that are present in the Power Platform itself. So today it can support the enterprise workflow orchestration, secure business applications,
yeah,
governed integrations, AI assisted automation, and also the data driven process intelligence. Okay. So these are the, you can say, the different kinds of the aspects that one
mhm,
can see with respect to the ceiling of a Power Platform. So most of the organizations will not just take it for 1 or 2 points. They should consider all these things. So
okay,
so the limitation is rarely the platform. The limitation is the governance maturity. Okay. That means the platform is not the limitation, but the execute that particular platform, the governance maturity should be present. So the
yes,
challenge is the balancing the innovation freedom and also the enterprise governance. So if governance is too loose, right, you get sprawl. And if governance is too rigid, you kill innovation.
correct.
So
This is true.
the answer is the federated governance. That means centralized environment strategy. You have your DLP policies in place, and also you should have the reusable components, and also you should have the platform guardrails should be present. Even though AI is present, you are going for AI. Yes, it can write the one. It can write the code with the help of the prompt, and it can execute and it can deploy and all. But before doing that one, there should be some manual approval process should be present, which is nothing but a guardrail. Okay. So
Yeah,
in the same way for platform also, platform guardrails are there. What can be done, what cannot be done, all these things should be present. And also you should have the monitored app lifecycle and also the citizen developer enablement. So a great government governance model does not control the creativity, it channelizes the creativity safely at scale. So that
yes,
is how the Power Platform becomes an enterprise asset instead of a small unmanaged tool set.
right. Okay. So, I think this point is quite clear to everyone, like how actually govern things work. But here, just for the audience, I just wanted to know once real transformation story because you have worked on Power Platform or Dynamic 365 solution for long times, right? So, can you share a real transformational story, one where the Power System, Power Platform, or Dynamic 365 solution genuinely moved the business metric in a way that even surprise you when you were dealing on it came out of the box and come up with lots of surprises. So do we have any specific story for that?
Yeah. So one of the real transformation story that I would say it appears to be very much small, but it has given more impact.
Okay.
So, if I remember correctly, so there is one transformation that stood involved in modernizing the customer service workflow, where
Hmm.
the teams were heavily dependent on email, spreadsheets, and disconnected systems. systems.
Okay.
So what we have introduced is Dynamics 365 case orchestration, Power Automate workflow routing, real-time dashboards, and also the SLA visibility so that users can easily look at the particular cases or the state of the product if it is during the transportation. All these things are very much useful. And also we did automated the escalations because of the disconnected systems. The systems are present, right? So there is an more ETA that is required to get the quick response. So because of that, just we have introduced an automated escalations based upon the KPIs that are being present. So
Mm-hmm.
the expectation was moderate efficiency improvement. So not at the scale at the initial, just to have the moderate one first. So but within the months, the case resolution times improved significantly, and the SLA adherence improved efficiently and shortly as well. And management gained the real time visibility. Okay, what was happening, क्या हो रहा है, he इस डिपार्टमेंट में क्या आ रहा है और दूसरा डिपार्टमेंट में क्या आ रहा है. So because of the availability of the real time dashboards, they can easily see it. And next one is the customer satisfaction improved measurably. The reason is, as we have the automated escalations, simply if there are obviously the customer satisfaction majorly depends upon how the again how the customer again wanted to take your product or the service next time, right? So the customers, once they buy and they use the service, they keep on coming it. So that's where
Correct.
the satisfaction, the reason of the satisfaction, if they have any issues that are present with the customer and all, because of this automated escalations, the teams are very much happy, and the teams are very much on their toes to help the customer. So he
Yeah.
was very much happy when compared to his previous kind of things. So the most surprising part was not the automation gains, but it was the behavioral change of the customer. Okay.
Correct.
So when the teams had the visibility and the accountability improved organically, actually. Okay, because they see the actual value. Because of this, the customer was saying, and the customer in the calls, they're saying, yo, they are just even they are identifying the representatives by their names and say that okay, we got this particular product previously and we are very much satisfied on this. So that reminded me the biggest value of the digital transformation is often not the or not often the automation, but it
Mm-hmm.
is the operational clarity, actually.
Okay. Okay. All right. So now I think this is the right time to talk about one of your passionate work, that is setting up the Center of Excellence, COE. So while doing some research on your profile, I found that you are quite passionate about setting up all those Center of Excellences. So what do you think? Like, what does a great Power Platform Center of Excellence look like in actual field, and what are the top three suggestions you see that companies should consider while trying to build the actual Center of Excellence for their system?
Yeah, it was one of my favorite area to speak on it. So a strong power platform COE or a business application COE, or if I say any other COE, it is not just a governance team. So it is actually a business acceleration engine. Okay. So
Okay.
most of the people will say that okay, COE team is there. Okay, right? COE team. Okay, just give the standards what Microsoft follows for this particular one. Just give the set of rules and just give the documentation that is required. It does not end there, but there are some other things. A matured COE, it provides the governance,
Mm-hmm.
like what to do and what not to do, and enablement, like if you are using this particular power platform, what are the things that can be done and who are the different stakeholders can use it. Next is
Okay.
the reusable architectures. So if at all a matured COE is present, different customers will keep on coming. What the COE will be doing it is they will use these particular architectures as a reusable things, so that the next time if any customer comes, right, simply the COE is there. Okay, just we have this particular reference. Just go and start with this, so that
Correct.
the discovery process will get reduced. And next is the obvious, as I said in the first, the standards, and also the adoption frameworks and innovation pathways. So these are the a mature COE provides. As you asked the top three priorities, I
Yeah.
would say first is the start with the enablement, not the restriction. Okay. So train the makers, provide the templates, and define the standards. so that the governance should empower them. And next is the rebuild the reusable enterprise assets like the reusable connectors, templates, the components, and the ALM patterns accelerate at the
Yeah.
scale. Okay. Next is the obviously you have to measure the business outcomes. So first that track the adoption, efficiency gains, app health, and the business KPIs.
Proper
So
auditing.
a
Yeah.
COE succeeds when it enables innovation with the accountability. So
Correct.
obviously, right, okay, any person, the COE, they say that from the management perspective, they say, okay, yeah, COE is enabled. Can you show me how many hours that we have saved? What kind of things, enablement that we have done with the other departments or to the customers? So all these things will come to an accountability actually, because with great power, there we will get the great responsibility, right? In the same way
Responsibility.
for the
Yeah.
COE adoption also, it has a great power. At the same time,
Correct.
we have to show the responsibility in the form of metrics to the uh, management.
Management matrices, yeah, so fine. And other than these technical things, do you feel like there is any particular soft skill or maybe particular skill that we need in our team in order to enhance the productivity of our work? When, let's say, if a new person join your team and they are into working for this COE, so what particular skill you look for the team members when they are dealing with it
The
beyond
first
technical?
thing is right. The first thing is their interest.
Yes, it
Okay,
matters.
their interest and obviously their passion also. I would consider apart from the technical things, because the COE requires more extensive way of preparing the artifacts and the documentation and the standards and all. Okay, so
Yes.
if at all a person comes with an just an augmentation, okay, just okay, my manager told that please go to the COE and do this one. It is again a kind of transactional one. Okay. So
Yeah.
I would see rather than this transactional, I would also consider their particular interest and I will tell them the importance of this one and all. That's where most of the people just they came through a push from other person, but they eventually ended up liking this particular COE.
Okay, all right. I think those who wanted to join such type of excellence centers, so they have now both things in mind, that yes, one thing is technical, and on the other hand, we have these skills that really matter, like how you take the opportunity when you are working with such kind of centers. So yeah, that's a great thing you just shared. And now, Venkata, like moving ahead, we will talk about the another area. Like, you have exposure on different kind of domains, sectors in industries. Like, you worked across retail, pharma, automotive, and also the financial services. So from all those experience, how different does a CRM strategy look like sector to sector? Or maybe if you want to share if there is any universal truth that holds regardless of the industry across all domains and all sectors. So what are the dissimilarities and maybe any common thing that you found almost in all the domains you worked with?
So there is no uh, such strategies, but what I said, even though the respective ones, the domains differ, the
Okay.
workflows may differ as per the domain, but the universal truth remains the same. So what is that? The CRM strategy must align the customer engagement process with the business outcomes. Okay,
Okay.
so that means obviously every domain has its pain points, so that based upon that particular pain points, the CRM the engagement process should be tailored so that the business outcomes will be measured. I'll
Correct.
tell you, the retail focuses on the customer journeys, pharma focuses on compliance and engagement visibility, automate automotive focuses on the dealer and services ecosystems, and
Right.
fin services or fintech focuses on trust, process integrity, and the compliance. So,
Correct.
like that, the different industries, this truth is same. So, if CRM is not tied to a measurable business outcomes, it becomes simply a data entry system instead of a business platform. Okay. Okay. So
Okay.
simply, okay, they think that CRM, okay, they have formed, just let's fill it. It is just like similar to the other data in the system. But if the business outcomes are not measurable, then adoption will not be that much. So that principle holds everywhere actually.
Okay, so it's the principle that is almost common in every phase, every sector of the industry. Okay, all right.
Exactly.
So now, Venkata, like we all know that beyond these professional roles, you are also actively contributing to the IT industry as a multi-time MVP and MCT. So, as I think you are the right person to ask about this thing. One feature of, or maybe the announcement from the Microsoft from the last maybe 12 months or in a year, that you feel that yes, this is something that really excite you, because you are the person who are closely working with these ecosystem, Microsoft ecosystem, as an MVP or MCT. So what is one feature that genuinely you feel that yes, this is something that really excites you about the Microsoft ecosystem?
So obviously the buzzword AI only. So the
Okay.
most exciting development has been the deep integration of the Copilot across all the Microsoft business application ecosystems. It could be the sales, service, marketing, or the business central and all. The Copilot integration has been increased. So what excited me is not just AI assistance, it is the move toward the AI embedded inside the business workflows. So
Okay.
AI, example, if you take the sales CRM on D365 CRM, so in every workflow, if you are creating a lead or an opportunity, obviously you have an Copilot assistant that is present, which will summarize and gives the customers mood, and also the customers and also the lead and opportunity win probability. Okay, so with that,
Mhm.
the actual Copilot is making the process very much easy. Okay, that
Easy and
means the
maintainable.
natural language processing execution, just by the features that you are having the Copilot, you can speak, and with the help of this NLP, it can translate from the actual language to the English and then do it. And next is the AI assisted data summarization and contextual recommendations and the workflow intelligence.
Okay.
So this is the shifting business applications from transaction systems to the intelligent systems. So that is a major evolution. So before that, right? Obviously, okay, you have the data, and then it will be present in the dataverse, and from there the Power BI dashboards needs to be created. So for each and every execute C persons that are present here, the management, obviously they need one particular dashboard to see, okay, yeah, where are the things are happening well and where are the things that are not happening well. But because of this Copilot's introduction into the different business workflows, the productivity is automatically has been increased.
Correct. Okay. So, as you touched this very hot topic, that is AI or artificial intelligence, I think it won't be a justification if we don't take the question from the perspective of delivery manager also, because everyone wants to listen like how it is actually changing the work that we were doing earlier and how it has changed now. So, as a delivery manager at Canarica, how you are seeing the AI, Copilot, Azure AI, Dataverse AI features actually change the way of solution get built today versus how it was built maybe 12 months ago from now. So, what changes you have
Okay.
witnessed?
Okay, so Amiji, as I said you before, right? The organizations, it is not the just tech enablement, but it needs to be aligned with the respective customer, right? So that's
Correct.
why the delivery plays an important role. So if a
Correct.
person delivery has the technical niche and as well as have uh, the reach to speak with the customer and understand more process, right? That's where I have just moved from all my technical ladder of the head of power platform to this particular delivery role, so that I can speak more with the customer and understand their main points, and then align that into the our technical scope, obviously with the help of this AI. So the biggest shift is that AI is changing the solution design from the rule-based automation to the intelligence assisted orchestration.
Okay.
Okay. So previously, how it will be, right? Okay. If you get an email, get all the details, and read the next date and just send in. reminder for the customer for an follow-up. This is again rule-based one. But
Correct.
intelligent one is okay. If you get the same particular email, first understand the context of that one. Obviously you take the automation things that needs to be required for scheduling it. So not only just the rule, the orchestration, what it will write, the agentic framework, different agents. One is the knowledge based agent, and another one is the orchestration agent of scheduling that one, and another one is the intelligent agent of okay, from the accountability perspective, what of the things that these guys are expecting, and the customer mood, another agent is present. So earlier we designed about the workflows, rules, and integrations. Now we design the decision intelligence, contextual recommendations, and also obviously the AI assisted experiences. So
Okay.
with the with this particular approach, it reduces the manual complexity and also the improve business responsiveness. Okay. So the architectural mindset is evolving from the automate the process to augment the process with intelligence. So this is the
Mm.
biggest change that I see it.
Okay. Now I'm going to ask you one very controversial question from a manager of or a visionary leader. So nowadays we know that some everyone is talking about that AI is going to take or hunt down the jobs for the human beings. So as a visionary leader, how do you see it? Like, is it actually you are actually predicting it that yes, in the future headcounts will be reduced from the organization when actually like the team start adopting the AI into their work. So what you are predicting around?
See, Amit, so there will be a major shift that
Okay.
will be there. Okay. But you have to adapt to this one. Okay.
Yes.
Example, in the if you say the Y2K problem during that time, the shift is different. Okay. And in the same way, in the 2007, like that, the shift is different. You have to adapt for it. And in
Correct.
2015, now into the 2020, and now into the 2026. The shift is there as per obviously in a software industry, every project, every requirement which requires you to upskill yourself, obviously, right? That's where
Right.
if you get adopted to the AI, that's where you will see it. So obviously we have the vibe coding. So one each and everybody, each and every technical person or any IT software person, whether they are functional or technical, they should be aware of these AI tools. That could be the Copilot or the any other providers that are present. But the good thing here is we need to get into that particular vibe coding. Okay, so
Yes.
the vibe coding previously not many of the people are using it, but now because of the adoption of the AI, the vibe coding, the industries, especially even though the difficult domains, also the industry is also adopting this one. Okay, they are allowing us to use this one so that the product can be built in a faster way. So
Right.
you should go for the AI adoption. Yes, it will take time, but it will help you. It is not going to take any of the jobs, but yes, few of the jobs will get replaced because obviously the example I will take it example to create one particular UI and the backend and the SQL integration.
Database. Yeah.
Previously you should have one UX designer and UI designer and one the full stack developer and a backend engineer and one SQL expert that you are required. But
Right.
now, with the help of this particular web vibe coding, we got the Copilot Studio. In that Copilot Studio, there are a number of models are present. You can just select the coders and then just give the particular prompt. So it will give the good AI. Okay,
Yes.
the good UI that is required. Obviously, if you require the UX, that can also improve. So 3 to 4 members who are doing the same work will be now carried by only one person. Okay.
Correct.
So does it says that does this first person has been removed the other 3 members work or the job? The answer is no. If they have adopted, those 3 persons will also be become as this one person. UI
Correct.
guy then can become as an SQL and also the normal the backend person also, backend expert also. This way I will see it. And with this AI adoption, there are new roles will keep on coming it. Okay,
Correct.
that's what I see it.
Yeah, I think this is the right way to look at this problem, because as you mentioned that it is not actually going to replace everyone, but it is allowing you to do the work of three people all together with one person, right? So that is the way. In fact, in one of the previous podcasts, I was in discussion with one of the co-founder of an organization. So he was also mentioning the same thing, that nowadays you cannot consider the languages as your skill set, that you know Java, Python, or anything, because now you have that tool. You can work with all technologies, right? What really matters is like how you are adopting those tools. If you know how to use that tool to integrate all those technologies, then you are the good, and there is no replacement for you. So that is actually the skill that is needed. Adoption is needed for now.
Yeah, and also I would also say that the mindset of the people should change. We
Yes.
say that, okay, I am just in core engineering, I don't want to learn any other thing and all.
Yeah.
I wanted to just marry this particular technology only. I don't want to look at the other ones. That days are gone. So these are the people who don't adapt for this AI, right? They are the
Correct.
losers, obviously, because the organizations and the teams have the alternatives,
Right.
right?
Right.
That's where.
Yes. Okay, so yeah, I think we discussed few lots of technical things here, but we are on short on time. Otherwise, there are plenty of other things that we can discuss here. So I just want to take few more questions before we conclude the discussion. And this question is regarding the support of network, because what I believe, like behind every person there is a support of network who helped us throughout our journey. So Venkata, like looking back on your career, who were the key people around you who had a defining impact on your journey so far?
So obviously, my family and my wife, we cannot
Okay.
take their help and support. Other than that one, so every career is shaped by people who influence how we think. So for me, the biggest influences were the leaders who taught the strategic thinking, the architects who taught systems thinking, and mentors who emphasized on execution discipline, and the teams who taught the collaboration. So these are
Hmm.
all the biggest influences that are present, and also the individual names matter less than the lessons that leaves behind. So the best mentors help you think beyond tasks and focus on the outcomes. Okay, that mindset shaped my journey. If you observe, till 2018 just I'm a normal tech person who take the work, who will do that one, who will do all these things. From 2018 only, my mindset has been changed.
Changed,
Okay,
yeah.
that's where you see me as a more community person. In fact,
Correct.
I did had some changes of my work style and all, but eventually that helped me a lot to grow in the different
Right.
areas.
Okay. All right. So yeah, one more thing I want to discuss before we conclude, and this question is regarding the place you belong from. I belong from the country Bharat. So, what is one thing about Bharat that you feel to share with the rest of the world? Because this podcast will be consumed by the global audience. So, what is one thing that is close to your heart and that you want to share with the global audiences?
So I would say that I wanted to take the name of the great members, great sadhus, great rishis, and the great rulers that we have. It like Chhatrapati Shivaji and Vallabhai Patel and the Bhagat Singh, and if you observe that Tagore, and also the sages like the Valmiki and all. I would say the ability to combine the deep tradition with rapid innovation. Okay,
Yeah,
so that was the greatest strength of Bharat. So we are the country rooted in values, at motivating fast in the technology.
right,
Okay, so that balance is powerful. So we have scale, resilience, diversity, adaptability, and the talent. So obviously, how we are exceptional is that innovation here is not just about the technology; it is about solving problems at scale with the ingenuity. Okay, that
right,
spirit is something that the world can learn from. Okay,
correct.
that's what I would say. It.
Yeah, and I'm 100% agree. And with all due respect, I would say, especially to the global audience and my global friends, that whatever name he took, they all are legends in self. Like they are the ecosystem in himself, right? So you should go and check out the journey of these legends, and you will find out like how they have contributed in their respective fields. So yeah, with that, thank you so much, Venkata, for joining us today in this episode and for sharing so much information regarding your work and your contributions. So it was a pleasure talking to you here.
Thank you, Amit ji. Thanks for your time. Thanks everybody for listening this particular podcast. Hope I had given at least 1% of some kind of knowledge that which I have.
It is very insightful. Thank you.
Thank you.